I have failed to make a comic for several years. Let's make this year worth it. Alright, what's up YouTube? Welcome to the very first video on my channel and Happy New Year's, man. It's 2025. So a quick introduction to me. I'm Jonas, aka Jones Comics. I'm from Germany and I love comics, especially making them. And I finally uploaded the first chapter of my comic, The Vampire's Curse. That's the cover, by the way. And yeah, if you want, you can read that on VoiceMe or Global Comics. Link are in the descriptions. I would be very thankful if you check that out. And alright, let's get to the video. So for this video, I wanted to talk about failure when it comes to making comics or manga or just art in general. Let me just tell you about my little comic story. Because of the rising popularity of manga, 2021 I decided to make one myself. So spoilers, it didn't go well. The main problem why I failed this project was I planned the story to be way too long. I think that's a very common mistake for beginners when it comes to making a comic or manga. We all know this feeling. We just want way too much. We have this stream of ideas in our head for a plot. And we just cannot stop adding things to the story, adding information. And in the end we see ourselves with a comic that would take years upon years to finish. So with the experience I've made so far, it's way better to start off with a short one-shot for the first project. Also, the art in my manga wasn't very good, at least I wasn't proud of it. It had very poor anatomy, just boring and bad perspectives. And you know, I think you shouldn't be too hard on yourself, but if you're just wanting to remake every single page after every 5 pages, man, you gotta start changing something. Alright, so after finishing 30 pages of like, I don't know, maybe 2000 pages, I've dropped the manga, and the recent months I wasn't doing a whole lot of art. I found interests in other things, and when it came to art I was like in a hole. I always had the desire of making a comic, was burning on my mind, but I just couldn't get myself to it. But after like 1 year I found interests in Western comics, especially the retro style, the old Western comics. And so that interest in Western comics awakened my spirit to make one myself again. Without making the mistake of planning it to be a long story, I just wanted to start with a mini comic. That means like a 8-page comic. And that's pretty much the result. This little 1-page folded comic. Yeah, it's not that great, bro, but for me it was a solid success because I finally finished a story, even if it's just a scene instead of a story, but I finally finished something, and that was a satisfying feeling. So after thinking about various plots and having various ideas, I came to the conclusion to make a medieval dark fantasy style comic, which is actually going great so far. I'm working on it every day and it's fun, which is a big positive part about making comics. I've made 20 pages so far. It will take me like 40 to 45 pages to finish it. To explain a bit about my comic, it's, as I said, a dark fantasy, medieval type story, and as the title says, The Vampire's Curse, it's about vampires, of course. I don't want to spoil too much, but what I can say, the main character is a total badass. It's a really dark action comic, which also has some horror aspects, but also some comedy aspects. And the most important thing, in my opinion, is the style. I'm making it in a like almost golden age type of style, with this retro style paneling and half dots and this kind of stuff. So man, if you're into that, I think you just found a new comic to read. But jokes aside, y'all, if you're making a comic, manga, graphic novel, whatever you do, don't stop doing it. You always gotta try, man, and if one project doesn't work out, the next one will. Even though I don't have a lot of experiences, I just can give you the advice, better start off small and plan your projects. But the most important thing, if you have that desire in you, don't stop and always keep trying. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Alright guys, before we end this video, make sure to check out my other socials, my Instagram, my TikTok. On TikTok I'm very active, like posting every other day. And yeah, we see each other in the next one. See you guys.